How to multicast your observable? We are going to see but after the intro. So hi everyone, this is Subrat and you are watching Fun of Heuristic. So on this channel, you will get to know about all the programming languages, algorithm, all the framework. So please consider subscribing if you haven't yet. So on today's video, we are going to see what the multicasting is. So I explained the use of observable and little bit about multicasting in the previous video. You can go ahead and watch, I will link it there. And multicasting is a process where you want to share your observable across your users. So the user will get the data according to the time he or she requests to the data, right? So I will show you that example again. You can see that I'm subscribing the observable here, and again I'm subscribing it again here, and I'm giving a timeout of 1 second. So what it will do here is we'll try to see that we'll try to refresh the observable. I'm ready to zoom it here. So as you saw, this got displayed after a second, but all the data came. So that there is, so suppose we think that within a second the 23 got displayed, so some data shouldn't be exposed to the second user as it come by the time. So how to solve that? That mechanism is multicasting. So actually there are two ways to multicast a observable, right? You can obviously Angular should give some packages, not Angular. Rxjs will give some package to share our observable, but first we will see how to build it ourselves, then we'll go ahead and implement their packages, so it will be easier to use. So for that I have written some code. I'll go ahead and explain it to you. So here I created an observable by the help of this method. So what this method doing is, this method is returning an observer, okay, and that observer is created through this run method. So this run method, so this dot run, what is doing is I'm giving a timeout of 1 second, and inside that I'm emitting the current index of the array to the subscriber, right here. So observer the dot next. If you don't know what is observer dot next, please go ahead and watch the observer part 1 video. I will link it there. You will get to know about that. And here I am checking that if the index is the index of the last element of the array, so I am completing that observable there, else I am calling that again, calling the run method again. That means it's become a recursive function, and I am incrementing the index here. So here, as you can see, I am subscribing the observable twice like I did it here to demonstrate you, okay. So here what I'm doing, I'm printing the value. On next I will print the value, I print that first subscriber, and here I'm printing the second subscriber. So it will be pretty easier to us to demonstrate which subscriber is getting which value, and printing the num which is emitted by the observer. So this is calling this one, this is emit. So this observer what is emitted to the subscriber, we are printing it there. So observe this value. So it's saying the first, then second, then now till the third second, it's a second, and again it started from the 1. Like I told you, it's not multicasted, okay. So here what it's doing, till the third second you are already casted your value, so you are already emitted your value, and in the fourth second, when in the third second or the fourth second, when second subscriber came, it also get from the beginning. Like you can see, first got finished earlier than the second. So to fix that, or that's also can be a scenario, right? You want a user to, whenever he came, he gets all the value. That may be a scenario. If you want your data to be shared, then you need to do some modification in the observable, it's in the observer itself, right? So for that I have written some code. So as you can see that I have created a multicast subscriber. C should be capital. Okay, so as you can see that I have taken the same array, and here I took a new thing that is called observer, a array of observer. But if you go here, there is no observer. I'm taking directly from the method. So I'm maintaining an array of observers so that all the user is coming, it can be controllable. And here I'm taking a timeout ID. The timeout ID is to reset the set timeout which is caused by the multiple user. So here what I'm doing is, when the first observer came into the picture, I'm pushing that observer to this observers list. Okay, so when a first user will subscribe to this observable, at that time I'm calling the run method. Okay, the run method is the same one which which is which I showed you in the previous example. And on the emit of the value, like on the index array 1 2 3 4 5, on the emit of that, what I'm doing is I'm notifying all the observable from the observers array. Okay, and notifying all the observable from that array. Suppose you have two subscribers and this is the observable. Okay, the first subscriber came, it will stay active suppose for 3 seconds. Okay, so I'm notifying that subscriber. Then the second one came. Now I'm notifying the both the subscriber. But when I will notify, right? So now I'm notifying the value which is given at that point of time. Okay, not every time. Like here, like in the previous example, what we are doing, we are not emitting any value through this observer. We are emitting all the value through this through the run method, that is through the root observer. But here we are controlling the value in this observer, and we are emitting according to the time. Like I explained, the first observer came in the first second, so first, second, third will get the next value. In the fourth second, these two will get emitted through this for each loop. Okay, so observer and the fourth second will emit to the second observer also. So suppose at the fifth second, third observer came, then all the three will get the 6-second value, 7-second value, and goes on. And this is to unsubscribe, means when you get complete, it will by default unsubscribe here. And in the unsubscribe, I am removing the unsubscribed element from the observer and calling the timeout for that ID. Okay, so for that subscriber. Okay, so here we'll save it, and when we'll go to the subscriber, we'll see that on the fourth second you will see that, okay, what happened, why it didn't work? Okay, we created the method, but we haven't used that method in the observer. So for that we need to do this. So now the observable is created through this observer. So we'll go ahead and see this one. Now it's saying 1 2 3. Now as you can see, from the second, in the previous example it was started from the first, like 1, but here it started from the fourth. I will go ahead and Control Z, and I will save, and I will show it to you again. So this is the first example. So here you can see now the second value is again started from the 1, but for our multicast subscriber, the second value should be start from the 4. That's what it's saying, that it's casted. So it's now it's there according to the time. So when the user will come, so user will get. That means the simple concept is you will emit the value according to the time, not according to the user, like not according to the user or not according to the subscriber. So what you saw is basically the internal stuff, or what you can do it by yourself by emitting the value according to time, by not emitting the value according to the usual manner. And for this there is a pretty easy way to multicast or any type of observable. So we'll go ahead and see it right now. So for that we'll use a share module or a mechanism from the Rxjs. So for that we will go ahead and import that one. Okay, and what we just need to do is we just need to pipe this observable. So I will make this observable as old, so as we already used this one. So how it works is the pipe will pipe the multicast mechanism. So what we did it here, okay, what we did it here, all this code, and give it back a new observer, and that we are subscribing it here. Okay, so the pipe basically do it you can pipe multiple values. So you can here you can pipe filter, you can pipe map. There are a lot of things you can pipe together, and they all will be clubbed to a single observable and returned back to the user. So here I am only piping a share value, and if you want to visualize pipe in a simpler way, then in the ES6, if you go to any array or something, so array you can like do a map, then dot filter, then dot reduce. So all the things will be mapped again. I created a new array and give it to you. And if you don't know ES6, please let me know in the comment below. I'll make a separate playlist for that. Okay, but for this video, so this is enough. So you, with the pipe, by using a share module from Rxjs, you can make any observable as a multicast observable. So you will save this one, and when we will go to the browser, we'll see that the same thing happened again. So in the fourth second, the second observable will also get the third value and the third observable. So this is according to the multicasted value. But if we go ahead and remove this one, and for the demonstration point of view, we'll see that this will not be multicasted, and the second observable will again started from the 1, not from the 3. Okay, so you saw that that's the pretty easy way to multicast your observable. And I just explained the previous one because it's good to know the insight of all how the things work. But you know better now you can directly go ahead and use the share method from the Rxjs, and yeah, you should use that also because that is more optimized and built for that. Okay, so go ahead and use the share to multicast your observable. So that's it for today, guys. Today we saw that how to multicast your observable by your own multicast observer or through Rxjs share module, and how we can cast our data to all our user according to the time. So please like the video if you like it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and share the video among your friends. We're going to meet in the next video. Till that, stay happy. Bye bye.